Today, I will recap the drama season Goblin for you. Once upon a time, in a tiny shop filled with wonders, an old seller shared a story with a young visitor. This wasn't just any story. It was a magical tale about a special sword with a hidden curse. Long, long ago, a brave hero named Shin faced a terrible betrayal. After being tricked and unfairly punished, something strange happened to him. Instead of saying goodbye to the world, Shin turned into a magical creature called a Dokkaebi, kind of like a demon, but with a twist. He couldn't die. This Dokkaebi, Shin, had a secret. A ghostly sword was stuck in his heart, and only a very special person, called the bride, could see and pull it out. Removing the sword would set Shin free, letting him rest in peace after wandering the world for nearly 1,000 years. The old seller then whispered something mysterious to the young visitor. She said, "Remember to pray when you're in a really tough spot," leaving the visitor puzzled. As the tale unfolds, we learn that Shin, the immortal wanderer, has seen many days and helped countless people. He carries memories of battles lost and loved ones he couldn't save. Once, a mean king even hurt Shin's beloved right in front of him. Now, Shin walks the earth, hoping to find the one who can free him. In his endless journey, Shin bumps into an old rival, the Grim Reaper. This Reaper is no ordinary foe. He's the one who guides souls to their final resting place, offering them tea before their journey to paradise. To avoid drawing too much attention, Shin moves around a lot, and this time, he's in Seoul, living in a big house he just rented. The house's owner, an elderly man who knows Shin's true nature, introduces him to his grandson. He tells the boy that Shin is a timeless friend who will never age. Shin looks at the boy and remembers an ancient promise made by his mentor, ensuring loyalty through generations until the demon bride sets Shin free. Together with a loyal companion, Shin has survived many dangers, always protected by the sacred sword. One quiet evening, while sitting on a rooftop lost in thought, Shin witnesses an accident. Rule-breaking demon who decides to save a pregnant woman's life after hearing her prayers. This isn't something demons usually do, and it definitely stirs things up. The woman was supposed to be gone, but instead she's alive, leaving behind only footprints in the snow for the Grim Reaper to find. The Reaper, a kind of spooky but important figure, realizes something's off when he sees flowers blooming in the snow near the accident. A demon did this, he thinks, and he's set on fixing the balance by guiding the saved souls to their rightful place. Fast forward a few months, and a girl is born. She's no ordinary child. She's the one destined to free the demon, marked by a birthmark as the demon bride. On her 8th birthday, after losing her mom, this little girl, Ji-eun-tak, discovers she can see ghosts, allowing her to say a final farewell to her mother. But now, she's got to be brave. The Grim Reaper is after her, not knowing she's under the demon's protection. An old peddler, possibly another magical being, saves Ji-eun-tak from the Reaper and gives her a tip. Stay with your mean relatives to stay hidden from death himself. Listening to the peddler, Yoon-tak manages to dodge the Grim Reaper for 10 whole years, all while seeing ghosts that make everyone think she's a bit odd. Then, one day, Yoon-tak meets Shin, the demon, and instantly knows he's the one she's connected to. Shin, on his side, can't stop thinking about this unexpected encounter, but duty calls and an old assistant hands him papers for moving abroad to keep his immortal secret safe. He's worried about leaving, fearing he might miss his destiny and the troubles his young assistant is stirring up. Meanwhile, Yoon-tak is too busy serving her harsh relatives to daydream about their meeting. On her 18th birthday, seeking a slice of peace, she skips school and heads to the sea. There, she makes a wish while blowing out her birthday candles, magically summoning Shin with flowers in hand. Shin is puzzled about how she did it, but tells her he's ready to make her wishes come true, promising a future away from her cruel family, a decent job, and even a chance at love. When the demon comes home to find the Grim Reaper chilling in the living room, it turns out the young assistant who's been helping around had already rented out the place to the Reaper, thinking the demon would be leaving soon. Despite their history of not getting along, they end up having to share the house, making for some awkward but funny moments. Meanwhile, Ji-eun-tak, our brave girl, is out and about in the city, trying her best to find a job. But luck doesn't seem to be on her side, as she keeps getting turned down wherever she applies. It's like the demon's promise isn't helping at all. But whenever she really needs him, thinking deeply summons Shin right to her side. It's a mystery to her, too, how she keeps bringing him to her with just a thought. Things take a turn when Yoon-tak grabs Shin's hand and gets a shock of blue fire. Talk about a shocking friendship. She tells him about the ghost calling her the demon bride since she was little, and even shows him the special birthmark on her shoulder. But when Shin gets curious about her powers, Yoon-tak keeps the secret of seeing the invisible sword to herself. Trying to shake off his too curious friend, Kim Shin finds Yoon-tak right behind him, even when he teleports far away to Canada. They spend a magical day in the picturesque city, and Yoon-tak starts dreaming of a future together with Kim Shin, thinking maybe, just maybe, she's falling in love. Back in the world of celestial bureaucracy, the Grim Reaper is trying to get the okay from a heavenly secretary to take Yoon-tak away. Meanwhile, he's also dealing with the man responsible for Yoon-tak's mother's accident years ago. After leaving Yoon-tak in a hodl, Kim Shin pays a visit to a cemetery in Canada, a place holding the gravest of the old man's descendants who had been with him through his long life. Memories flood back to Kim Shin, especially the futile attempts to free himself from his curse without the help of his destined bride. Not one to be left behind, Yoon-tak finds Kim Shin at the cemetery and, seeing a monument with his picture, realizes just how ancient Kim Shin really is. When they return to Seoul, life goes back to its tough routine for Yoon-tak, with school problems making Canada feel like a distant, dreamy memory. But then, something extraordinary happens. In the school bathroom, Yoon-tak meets an old woman trader who's magically turned into a stunning young beauty. This mysterious lady hands Yoon-tak a bag of spinach, advising her to share it with her family. Despite her family's usual harsh welcome, the spinach somehow brings peace to the dinner table. Seeking escape from her family's negativity, Yoon-tak steps outside, where her spirits lift as Kim Shin magically appears again. It seems like her wishes are starting to come true, one by one. The very next day, she lands a job at a cafe, and her new boss wants her to start immediately. It's like a ray of sunshine after a long, dark night, showing Yoon-tak that miracles can and do happen, especially when you've got a demon and a Grim Reaper turning your life into an adventure. Yoon-tak is bursting with happiness because she finally lands a job. Wanting to share her good news, she calls upon Kim Shin, the demon. He decides it's time to dress up nicely, not wanting to show up in his sleepwear. This makes the Grim Reaper chuckle, teasing Kim Shin with clever jokes. Meanwhile, Kim Shin's gloomy feelings bring rain to the city, dampening the spirits of Yoon-tak's boss. She seeks advice from a fortune teller, who mysteriously predicts an encounter with a man in a black hat. At the same time, the Grim Reaper decides to get his hat cleaned, risking becoming visible to people. By chance, he crosses paths with Yoon-tak, the very girl he's been searching for. He's thrilled, thinking he can finally bring balance. However, Kim Shin steps in, claiming Yoon-tak is the demon's breed and off-limits to the Reaper. After the Reaper leaves, Kim Shin admits to Yoon-tak that he lied. She isn't the demon's bride because she can't see what a true bride would. Kim Shin tells Yoon-tak they should not get too attached, as he plans to continue his quest for the real bride, leaving them both heartbroken. Days pass without seeing each other, with Kim Shin causing storms from his sadness. His nephew and the Reaper offer advice, prompting Kim Shin to seek out Yoon-tak. But when he arrives at her house, he finds it empty. Yoon-tak has moved to focus on her work, avoiding any more supernatural encounters. Troubled, Yoon-tak turns to the ghosts for guidance. They reveal she is indeed the demon's true bride, a conversation Kim Shin overhears. Deciding to keep his distance, Kim Shin's resolve is tested when Yoon-tak faces danger from her relative's creditors in the forest. Despite her inability to call for him, Kim Shin senses her peril, and along with the Reaper, rushes to her rescue. They save her from the gangsters at Yoon-tak's insistence, sparing their lives for lawful punishment. Back in the city, Kim Shin tries to dine with Yoon-tak, but the evening ends abruptly. Despite this, Kim Shin conjures a plan to discipline Yoon-tak's greedy relatives by magically providing them with gold bars, leading to chaos among them. Watching from a cafe, Kim Shin's attention is caught by a TV broadcast featuring an artist resembling his old foe. He contemplates revenge through the Reaper, who is meanwhile called away on an urgent task. Yoon-tak, riding through the city, reflects on her moments with Kim Shin, unable to forget him just as he can't forget her. Regretting the loss of a Canadian leaf keepsake, she returns to the store, finding not only the leaf but also Kim Shin's nephew, creating a new connection. Kim Shin, learning of his nephew's actions, shares his concerns with the chairman, worrying about the young heir's schemes. After receiving her first paycheck, Yoon-tak buys groceries but accidentally starts a fire while cooking. In her attempt to clear the smoke, she inadvertently summons Kim Shin, who is delighted by the call. The young friends find themselves tangled in another debate. Is the girl really the demon's bride or not? To sort things out, Kim Shin invites Yoon-tak to a cafe, hoping to get some answers. Yet, Yoon-tak keeps quiet about seeing the sword, leaving Kim Shin thinking all hope is lost. The Grim Reaper steps in, trying a mind trick to help Yoon-tak see the sword in Kim Shin's heart, but no luck. Kim Shin, trying to lift his spirits, magically nudges two strangers to fall for each other, revealing later that this matches his quirky way of settling old scores. Yoon-tak, feeling stuck in a limbo, suggests they part ways if she can't fulfill her role, but an invisible force seems to glue her to Kim Shin, hinting at a deeper connection. Meanwhile, Kim Shin's nephew stirs the pot by identifying the Grim Reaper for who he really is, earning a swift eviction from their grandfather. Attempting to sell his newly inherited property, the nephew finds no help from a realtor, but lands a job offer instead. As Kim Shin and the Reaper mull over their next moves, the Reaper promises not to take Yoon-tak, hoping she'll eventually see the sword and free Kim Shin. Hearing this, Kim Shin finds a moment of peace, planning his departure. However, a visit to Yoon-tak's place leaves him upset, pushing him to start packing for his exit. The old peddler re-enters the scene, this time aiding the Reaper by giving him a piece of jewelry that makes him fall for the cafe owner. Despite his awkwardness, the Reaper takes a bold step towards love, leaving a hopeful Sang-hee waiting for his call. Yoon-tak, trying to offer comfort to her landlady, faces her own crisis as her relatives make a grab for her deposit, forcing her to leave her apartment. She recalls Kim Shin's promises, feeling let down by the continuous streak of bad luck in her life. Distanced from Kim Shin, she seeks advice from her mother's spirit at the wharf. As the rain stops, she turns to find Kim Shin beside her. She hands him a Canadian leaf, a token of their connection, only for him to declare it their final meeting. Both the Grim Reaper and Kim Shin brace for a sorrowful farewell, but an unexpected knock at the door shifts the mood. Yoon-tak's arrival surprises them, especially Kim Shin, when she reveals she's seen the sword all along. With her admission, Yoon-tak looks for answers on what their future holds now that her role as the demon's bride is undeniable. Kim Shin, caught in a whirl of emotions, fears the implications, worried that acknowledging their bond might bring the angel of death after him. Here, Yoon-tak sees the worry in Kim Shin's eyes and offers a dream of their future together, moving into a big house, having a baby, and living happily ever after. Kim Shin, cautious yet hopeful, agrees to let Yoon-tak move in. The old man, perhaps Kim Shin's wise elder, instructs his grandson to take good care of their new guest. Yoon-tak is thrilled with her new room, but the news of their future life together leaves Kim Shin needing medicine to calm his nerves. The Grim Reaper and Kim Shin's nephew find themselves puzzled over how to handle their unusual household, especially when tension and melancholy set in, leading to constant bickering. The nephew, recalling his bookstore meeting with Yoon-tak, wonders about her family, unaware that her aunt is facing trouble with the law over some stolen gold. Yoon-tak, feeling the distance between her and Kim Shin, waits under the door, hoping for a moment with him. But Kim Shin is preoccupied with bidding farewell to an old friend. Eventually, Yoon-tak manages to catch Kim Shin's attention with a sea of candles, revealing her silence about the sword was out of fear of losing him. To make amends, Kim Shin plans a stroll with Yoon-tak, which turns into a delightful, albeit drunken, adventure. He almost shares the ominous truth about the sword, but opts for a lighter moment, magically conjuring flowers in autumn instead. Meanwhile, Sang-hee waits for a mysterious call, dressing up and returning to where she first met the Angle of Death, so consummate by the thought that she begins to see his face in everyone. Back at school, Yoon-tak faces mockery from her peers again, but this time, her ghostly friends defend her, turning the tables on her tormentors. Kim Shin, protective and caring, takes her away from the school to shield her from both bullies and spirits. The story takes us back to Canada, where Kim Shin plans to reveal the full truth about the sword and what lies ahead. Yet they end up enjoying another beautiful day together, with Kim Shin holding back the sad revelations, realizing he's experiencing true love for the first time. And so, our magical tale ends, leaving us with a story of love, mystery, and magical adventure. Please like this video and subscribe.